Assalamu'alaikum Warahmatullahi Wabarakatuh. My name is Felahana Nabila and I would like to present about my proposal. My register number is 17107330007. Today I would like to present my proposal. The title is The Voices of Chimamanda Ngozi Adichie in Half of Yellow Sand, Dreams, Conflict and Symbols. At the first time, I would like to present about the background of the research. Half of Yellow Sand is the novel written by Nigerian author Chimamanda Ngozi Adichie, and this novel based on the war in Nigeria. This novel shows how a dreams was during the war, and in here I would like to take three topics. There are dreams, conflict, and the symbols. The first is talk about dreams. The writer will discuss about dreams shown by Adichie during the war that become the background of the novel. Throughout the war, someone is forced to learn to live without splendor and suffering. Because of that, this happened in this novel. This novel talks about the struggle and the condition during the war in Nigeria. The second is talk about conflict. In here, the writer choose two types of conflict: external and internal conflict. Internal conflicts arise because the problem that occur in character itself, such as character's mind, character's opinion, character's ideas, and etc. While external conflicts happens between two objects, usually between two characters, like characters and the characters and his or her society, and characters between man and nature, like that. In the novel, there is also an implied meaning depicted by Adichie through symbols. The last topic is a talk about symbol of the novel. In here, that the last topic is interesting to examine because each symbol has a meaning. But in here, the writer focused on the symbol of geography. So all the condition about place in this novel, the writer will analyze them. Next is talk about identification of the problem. In here, that in the topic of dreams, the war that occurs has impact of the life of the characters that causes all characters to have a desire to live peacefully and to try to find a new way to live free from operations. And the second is talk about the conflict, the struggles that the main characters face, including conflicts that change their emotion, through and identities. The last is symbol of geography. Each region has different condition and situation than the other regions. How the situation and condition of the regions can be described through animals, plants, and the environment. All issues will be analyzed using post-colonial theory, dreams, conflict, and symbols, which post-colonial as the main theory in analyzing this novel. Next is about review of related literature. In here, that the writer choose 6 articles. That these articles, because they have a similar theories, novels, and topics that help the writer in completing this research. Next is talk about a research question. In here, that the writer will have 3 questions. Is first about what kind of dreams does Adichie show in the novel Half of Yellow Sand, and the second is what are the conflicts presented by Adichie that occurred in the novel Half of Yellow Sand, and the last is what are the symbols of geography depicted in the novel Half of Yellow Sand. Next is scope of the research. This research will be divided into 3 discussions about dreams, conflict, and the symbols. First, the writer will discover what kind of dreams that Adichie described in the novel. Next, the writer will analyze internal and external conflict that's shown. And the last is the writer will focus only represent about the geography in the novel. the symbol of geography in the novel. Next is about objective of the research. The research aimed to explore the event that took place in Nigeria through the three topics. There are dreams, conflict, and symbols. In here that the topic of dreams aims to explain the desire of the whole character to live safely and peacefully before the war. Next, will reveal how Adichie presents conflict that occur in her novel Half of Yellow Sun using conflict theory. And finally, the intention of the last topic about symbols is to examine how symbols, especially about geography, depicted in the novel. Next, about theoretical framework. In here, that post-colonial theory is the main theory that the writer will analyze this novel. The first is a post-colonial theory. Post-colonial theory is itself is a set of theories that examine the legality of culture related to colonial rules. In here, that the aims of the post-colonial theory to study the cultures and literature of the colonies such as India, Africa, Asia, Canada, Australia, and South America. And in here, that post-colonial investigation allow extensive investigation of power relationship in a variety of contexts, not only a theory that discusses between Western and Eastern nations, but also the formation of empires, the impact of colonialization on post-colonial history, economic, science, and culture, and etc. Next is the theory about dreams. In here, that dreams arise when someone craves something. In this novel, the coveted things is a safe and peaceful life without oppression. And the next is the theory about conflict. It has a passages element. The division of the element in the novel are intrinsic and extrinsic element. According to Welleck and Warren, intrinsic element are the element that build in literary work itself, and extrinsic element are the elements that are beyond of the words, but indirectly affect the building and system of the novel. And the last is about the writer uses symbolism as a theory. In here, that the writer focus on geographical theory to analyze this novel. The purpose of using symbolism as a theory, the reader can better understand the theory and now the story and now the implied meaning that the Adichie wants to convey. Next is method of the research. In collecting data, the writer uses a library research and internet browsing in order to find the primary data and secondary data. In the primary data is taken from the novel written by Chimamanda Ngozi Adichie, and to the secondary data, the writer will focus on the article that the writer found. Next is analyzing data. The next step is analyzing data. The method used in library research is a qualitative descriptive. In analyzing data, the research has to understand the storyline in the novel written by Chimamanda Ngozi Adichie. And the last is presenting of the result of analysis. In presenting, the result will be presented descriptively by verbal language and giving some explanation on the analysis of the data. That's all from me. Thank you for attention. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.